The other one was Harvest One. This one is one that I've been in for a while, and one that I am not in the green for. Obviously, their share price, just like all the other ones in the last few months, have really come down and lasted a while. But for newer investors, does that poses opportunity for a better price point? Who knows? But it's obviously it's sitting around, I think, 120 or 118 right now, and just a little while ago it had reached like 220. So if you're looking at just at those two prices, you can look into that and say, okay, it's obviously not as high as it was before. But I won't get into analyzing their stock price. But just in general, it's a company that they've had their price come down. They've had a few things come out, but what really interested me again is not necessarily the cannabis flower they're selling, which they are selling now. That's very new. That's February 28th. They just launched. United Greeneries has an online platform right now that is going to be selling their medicinal cannabis, recreational when they're allowed to. So they are starting sales now in Canada for their cannabis. So that's a big milestone for them. So that's a great piece of news that's come out in the last week or week and a half or so for them. But also through United Greeneries, they're going to be selling their gel pellets. Their gel pellets are CBD-infused capsules that they've already gone through phase 1 trials for them. Look, again, you're going to hear me say this a few times. Go to their investor presentation, look it up. They've actually got their product compared to GW Pharmaceuticals, their CBD pill as well. And I'll let them do the talking for which is better and which might be more successful. And they do a pretty good job in that investor presentation. So look into that, because again, that's the derivative market. There's a lot of things. We have an endocannabinoid system in our body that has receptors, these endocannabinoid receptors that actually are built to receive cannabinoids from cannabis. Our bodies are made to consume cannabis. There's 111 known CBD cannabinoids, in cannabis, and we're only really talking about CBD, CBL, and maybe THC. There are so many more out there, and this is a really great first step, because there's different things out there, research out there, talking about how gut rot, so gut bacteria like colitis, can actually be combated with CBD. Now that's something they're still looking into. They need more firm research on that, but something they're beginning to look into. And these gel pills are that's one of the things that they're focusing on. So seeing that it's already out in Europe, it's already in Germany as well. And in Germany, actually, you got a free sale certificate. What that means is that it's labeled as a nutritional supplement, so it removes all the barriers for selling it in the EU. That's massive. Now you don't have to treat it as a drug. It's actually treated as a nutritional supplement. So huge news for out in the EU. They're already selling in Germany under Satisfyer, but Satisfyer is going to be giving it to, or Satisfarm, sorry, it's going to be giving it to United Greeneries, and they'll be selling it through the store that they just opened up a couple weeks ago. So that could be a really big revenue stream for them. They're still waiting on their import license. I haven't seen much more on that just yet, so I have to keep an eye out for that. But when they get that, that could be a big revenue stream. Between that and between their cannabis sales, which again, go to their website, United Greeneries. It just came up. You'll see the cannabis that they have. They had 1,000 kilograms stored up, waiting to be sold. So they have cannabis to sell right now. They already began February 28th for the first day of sales. Those are going to be really, really good things for this company, in my opinion, because you're now showing that you have sales. You're showing that you're going to be having these gel pellets coming very, very soon. And because they're in little tiny beads, it's said that they get into your system a lot faster than traditional methods. Again, their investor presentation goes into it much more depth than what I'm going to go into. But it's really nice to see these couple of things. Is you never like seeing a share price be cut in half. But a lot of these cannabis companies, they've had just that happen to them. But having these catalysts starting to come through, Royal High and Captain's Choice, by the way, are the two different brands of their medical cannabis. Seeing those things come through are positive things. And when you have that news, and hopefully soon when you can start comparing it with positive news from NAFTA, from the US federal budget, from our federal government, really moving forward with legalization and having firm dates put through, when you have that and all this news, I think it's really going to help them moving forward. And it's obviously much better now having these things come out than it was just a few weeks ago when none of these were active. So Harvest One, a really, really interesting company to look into. So thank you. I can't recall who had asked about that one, but another one to bring up in our cannabis chat or bring up in our comment section and talk about that as well.